you want me to give them a test to see what they learn, but then I don't even have enough time to teach them something. Like, that's just very, that's just like, it blows my mind. My name is Brittany, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, it is never too late to do so. Also, if you would like to be in the know of every time I upload a new YouTube video, just go ahead and click that notification bell. So today I'll be doing a video on the pros and the cons of being a teacher. These pros and cons are 100% my opinion. Other teachers' opinion may differ. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. So I want to start off discussing my pros, and I would have to say my number one pro of being a teacher is being able to connect with my students every day. I'm a people's person. That's just me. I love people, whether it's adults, older adults, or kids. I love connecting with people, and just being able to influence these young minds, it really warms my heart. Because when I think about it, they really don't have a person that they can look up to or somebody that inspires them. And the fact that I am able to be that person in their life, that hits the jackpot for me. Going on into my next pro, I would have to say, don't laugh at me, but I love to talk. If you know me, you know I love to talk. You know I will talk your head off. Hint, hint, I have a YouTube channel, and I like to make people laugh. And I'm a people's person. That's just me. And being in this profession, you have to talk to parents, you have to talk to your coworkers, and you have to talk to your students. And so I'm like, okay, this is the profession for me because I get to talk and I'm not penalized for it. Going on into my next pro, I would have to say are paid summers off. Even though it's my pro, I would kind of have to say that it's a con as well, but I'll get into that. But I still feel blessed being able to stay home in the summers and kind of get paid for it. Kind of. Going on into my next pro, we get summers off as well as holidays. So I'm able to spend the holidays with my family and friends, and I don't have to sit here and figure out if I can have this day off or this day off, because it's automatically given to teachers. Even though I feel like teachers could get paid more, and no, this may sound like a con, but I'm gonna turn it into a pro. I do kind of feel like we get a decent pay. Well, for at least me, I'm able to pay my bills on time, then I'm able to have money left over, then I'm able to do whatever I want to do with it. I get to live where I want to live, and I feel like at this moment in my life, I'm happy with how things are going. I'm not going to become complacent because I love working for bigger things in life, but I feel like we do get a decent pay, or at least for me, I feel like I do get a decent pay to where I'm able to live my life how I want to live my life. So let's go ahead and hop into some cons of this teaching. Go ahead and get your snack, y'all. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just go ahead and get your snack, because these cons, baby. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna hop into the first con, because the first con goes hand in hand with the paid summers off. Because even though, we're off in the summer and we're getting paid to be off in the summer, technically we're not getting paid to be off in the summer, because the money that they're throwing us in the summer is the money that we already earned throughout the school year. So all they're doing is withholding money from our check throughout the school year in order to pay us in the summer. So that's why I kind of say, it's a pro and a con for me, those paid summers off. Going to the next con, I would have to say, is the workload. And I'm just not talking about like papers that I have to grade. I'm talking about the workload on top of those papers that I have to grade. And I'm just gonna give you like an example or two. In the fall, winter, and spring, We have to do FNP assessments, which stands for Fontans and Pinnell, and we have to test our students individually to see what reading level they're on, and that is very time consuming. And then there's another assessment called ICANN and GLOSS, and it's a mathematics assessment just to see where our students are mathematically. And you have to do that individually, and it's very time consuming as well. And that's probably like not even half of what we have to do. Just know the workload is just over the top. But going into my next con, I would have to say unnecessary professional development. So I guess I could have added necessary professional development in a pro, but definitely unnecessary professional development for a con. Sometimes I feel like schools just have professional development, just they say that they had one because it was probably required, and then you don't really learn jack squat from them. But I do like the professional developments where you actually learn new skills, new knowledge, new information that you can take and use in your classroom. But if you're gonna have me sitting down but bored and I don't learn a thing, oh, I'm gonna be upset. And that's why unnecessary professional development is on my list for a con. Going into another con are the amount of tests that we have to give to our students. Now I teach first grade, so we don't have to give state standardized tests, but we do have to give pre and post tests for math and writing, okay? And we have to give those for each unit we teach. This is not like fall, winter, spring, you know, only 3 times a year. No, this is like for each unit we teach, we have to give pre and post tests. And then we also have to give our kids this test called MAP. We have to give them that test in the fall, winter, and spring, and that basically determines their growth in all subject areas. So I feel like it's very time consuming giving them these tests, right? And you're trying to calculate their growth and see if they made any, you know, growth, but then you're taking away instructional time by having us give them these tests, because these tests are so time consuming. Like, you want me to give them the test to see what they learn, but then I don't even have enough time to teach them something. Like, that's just very, that's just like, it blows my mind. And I feel like that's kind of where the stress comes in, because when they're looking at these scores, you know, because these scores are going to come back before those kids take the test. They'll be like, oh, don't worry about the test scores, we know you do the best that you can. And then when the test scores come back, they're looking at you like, well, what could you have did differently? What didn't you do? Why didn't your students meet the growth that they were projected to meet? And it's just like, are you kidding me? But that's just like a whole rant itself, so I'm not gonna get too deep into that. But definitely the testing aspect of being a teacher is just, it blows my mind out of this world. So I know you heard my pros and my cons, and I'm pretty sure my cons outweigh my pros. But for me, when I ask myself the question, is it worth it? I take a look at my students. It always goes back to them. I'm doing it for them. I'm doing it for them. And I have to keep thinking that in my head. I have to keep reminding myself that I'm doing it for them, because if it wasn't for them, ooh, child. Ooh, child. And I really do love teaching, y'all. I really have a passion for teaching content. I love to teach reading. Like, I love to teach phonics. I really do have a passion for it. It's something I truly enjoy. So I just don't want a long list of cons keeping me away from my passion. But that is pretty much it for this video, you guys. But before you all go, don't forget to do 3 things, and that's comment, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.